Hello and welcome back to the Snakebite. I'm John Kristovich with James Simpson. Thank you for tuning in to FSC TV and welcome to our show that airs every Tuesday at noon. Here's this week's episode of the Snakebite.
Let's start with some beach volleyball news this week as the team moved to 15-5 after defeating Eckerd this past Saturday on Senior Day. The number one duo of Erica Ronda and Kennedy Matthews were fantastic, winning their match in 2 sets. Celia Ray Greco and Haley Goodrich combined for a stellar 3-set victory to secure the team win for the Moccasins. They have 4 more regular season matchups coming up this season before the AVCA Small College Beach Championship on the weekend of April 14th.
And that brings us to, we'll look at the softball team. They had a busy week as well, competing in 5 games over the course of 4 days, coming away with 3 wins. They started their week against the University of West Georgia, winning both halves of a doubleheader. Kayla Hickey and Mel Rogers earned the wins in that one to help keep the Mocs hovering around 500 on the year. They had a 3-game series against Florida Tech this weekend, going 1-2 against the Panthers to drop to 14-16 on the year.
And that was softball news. We'll head to the male counterpart. The baseball team, they earned a much-needed series win this weekend at home against Florida Tech, taking 2 games in the 3-game series to boast their record to 16-14. The team was led by Eric McAtee in their first win as he went 6 2/3 of an inning, allowing just 1 run to give his team control. Dawson Lane earned the second win in similar fashion, allowing no earned runs through 5 innings as the team continued to be dominant. Jeff LaCorey went 4 for 7 over the course of the doubleheader on Saturday, hitting 2 long balls as he continues to lead the team with 11 home runs.
And both golf teams are actually off this week. A bit of a light week altogether after strong performances last week. The men wound up finishing in 3rd place out of 15 teams at the Bobcat Invitational hosted by Georgia College. Saw sophomore Adam Alvarez finish just 1 stroke out of 1st place. He obviously finished 2nd individually to lead the 13th ranked Moccasin men's golf team. The women's team, on the other hand, finished 6th at the Barry U Women's Invitational as the 21st ranked team in the country was led by senior Lauren Perez. She finished 3rd overall. So a strong performance for both sides as they'll each compete once more before the SSC Championships begin on April 10th right here in Lakeland.
Sir, and in lax news, the men's team has continuing to roll after winning their 3rd straight last Tuesday. The team took on Frostburg State, winning 16-10 behind another dominant second half. They scored 9 goals, allowing just 2 in the second half as they were able to run away with the win. Kevin Horwitz was fantastic, winning 22 of 27 faceoffs, while Jeff Atlas had a big day with 6 total points. The Mock attackers each scored 3 goals, with Matt Flamenspeck, Sean Nolan, and Jeff Atlas each tallying the hat trick. They were off this weekend but are slated to be back on Saturday against Emory-Riddle at home.
Yeah, their second half team continue to win. Good for them as they are, again, ranked 13th in the country. On the women's side, the team's success continued for their program as they knocked off Roberts Wesleyan and Tiffin this past weekend in the terribly cold, rainy, snowy weather of Tiffin, Ohio. The Mocs defeated Roberts Wesleyan, ranked 17th in the country, by the way, 15-10 as Haley Dallio scored 5 times to keep Florida Southern ahead for the duration of that one. Marley Moon Gaddy followed up her performance with a 6-goal effort on Sunday to defeat Tiffin University as the Mocs pushed their winning streak to 7 games on the season. They will also be back in action this Saturday on the road against Lynn University.
Now we've got some more esports news. The League of Legends team made the drive to South Carolina this weekend for the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. After a dominant performance against Montevello in the quarterfinals, they beat USC Aiken 2-1 to qualify for the finals. There they faced a very, very tough Converse University and were ultimately beaten 3-0. They wouldn't leave totally empty-handed as they were not only named conference runner-up, but also received some individual recognition. Nicholas Dragowski was named the Peach Belt Conference Rookie of the Year, and Dylan Paramore was named Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year.
It's always good to see from the esports squad, and again, we'll try to get you some more coverage from them week in and week out. Well, let's look at the tennis team. After falling to St. Leo University on Wednesday, the men's team rebounded with a resounding victory over the University of Montevallo this past Friday as they now move to 5-2 on the season. They're now 9-4 rather, as they set to compete against Palm Beach Atlantic this Saturday on the road. The women's team was off this week, but they faced #1 ranked Nova Southeastern yesterday afternoon. You'll have to check fscmox.com for that one, as they too moved to 9-4 on the year. James, we also had track. Talk us through the results this past weekend and, of course, the road ahead.
Yeah, sure. Well, we had, first of all, Mitchell Kozik, new school record in the 3,000-meter steeple. That was a really big, huge performance from him in his second race of the season. And then Alex Guy with his 153-800 will move into second as the all-time performer. So two really big performances for some of our best men on the team. On the women's side, we had a couple solid performances, and this weekend we're heading to Daytona Beach, where we'll have a lot of 1500s, a lot of 800 action, and some 5K action sprinkled in there as well, and should be a fun one.
Yeah, you got a good schedule ahead still, right? I mean,
yes, sir.
4 or 5 more meets. It ought to be fun. Well, let's move to our Week in Mox History segment. Today we are looking at March 28th. 2015, when the men's basketball team won their second NCAA Division II men's basketball championship in team history. Kevin Capers had 24 points for the Moccasins. Bubby Johnson had 8 rebounds, 11 points to win the game for the Mocs. 77-62 over the University of Indiana, Pennsylvania. Huge win for the Moccasins, arguably their biggest championship in team history. Congratulations to Kevin Capers. That was March 28th, 2015. Here we are 7 years later, already looking forward to next season. Well, that's all we got for you this week on The Snakebite. I'm John Kristovich with James Simpson. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next Tuesday at noon.